What's up, y'all? Be right back. Thank y'all for joining this morning. Remember to go if you have a job and you're still getting a paycheck. A lot of our teachers aren't, and so if you go to Black Swan Yoga /live, then you can donate there. There's a donate button. It goes to all teachers and it's spread out. We'll get started in just a minute. Um, yeah. If you want to go ahead and do what we're going to start with, just lay on your back with your knees bent or in butterfly pose or with your legs extended, whatever feels good, and just start to breathe. Y'all are also welcome to leave any comments afterwards to let me know if y'all want to work on different stuff. I'm also going to be leading a Zoom conference later today. It's a foam rolling workshop, so if you have a foam roller and you want to learn how to use that, be my guest and join me for that. It's at 6 o'clock. Go to Yoga Chiro on Instagram or Black Swan Yoga Austin, and those two will have links to it as well. And it's about one more minute. It's been really funny. It starts to rain. Because then I'll just be doing yoga in the rain. All right, let's get it. So, laying down, knees bent, or butterfly pose, legs extended, whatever feels good. I'm gonna go with this right now. And we're just gonna breathe. So that might sound pretty easy. So if you want to give yourself a task when you breathe, I want you to think about extending your exhales longer than your inhales. We're gonna tap into our vagus nerve here. Our vagus nerve determines whether or not we're in our rest or digest state or our fight or flight. And so we want to stay in that chill mode as much as possible throughout the day. That's how our body works better. Fun fact, when you're in fight or flight, the cool parts of your brain that are responsible for creativity, for contentment, for sound future decision making, turn off. Because fight or flight is about surviving right now. And so when we bring breath and slow movement to our bodies, we decrease that response of fight or flight, and we can be more creative, we can be more passionate, we can be more forgiving to others because those parts of our brains are on. So if you want to put one hand on your belly, one hand on your stomach, just to breathe here. And maybe you start to notice whether or not your chest or your stomach rises. Start to take big inhales through the nose and exhale through the mouth. We're going to start a little box breathing to start us off, and that means that we inhale for, let's say, a 3 count, pause at the top, exhale for a 6 count, pause at the bottom. So let's go ahead and try that for a 3 count inhale through the nose. Inhale, 3, 2, 1, pause. Exhale for a count of 6, slowly out the mouth. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. And inhale, 3, 2, 1 through the nose. Pause. And exhale out for 6. Now if you want to go 2 and then 4, that's fine. If you want to go 4 and then 8, that's great. But we want to accentuate that long exhale. That's literally going to decrease our heart rate. It's literally going to decrease our blood pressure. So let's just take about 5 to 7 calming big breaths here. with long exhales. Feeling your belly rise, maybe you alternate between your chest and your belly rising. Maybe you try to breathe so big that you feel your back, your lower back press against the mat. Three more. And last one, exhale long. All right, let's take a couple good morning stretches. Inhale, reach the fingertips back, reach the toes forward. And exhale, curl into a ball here. Maybe you just bring your knees into your chest. Maybe you lift up a little bit. Inhale, open up. Exhale, curl in. One more. Inhale, reach, reach, reach. Stretch that front body. Exhale, curl. Rock a little bit side to side. Now we're going to take a happy baby. So if you want to grab the outsides of your feet through the insides of your knees, if you're tight like me, you might want to grab the outsides of your shins and just hug your knees into your rib cage. Otherwise, you can grab the outsides of those feet, plug the tailbone down, plug the head down, keep the shoulders down. Don't happy baby like this. That's not a happy baby. A happy baby's chill. He just chills out and then he wiggles around, you know. That's what I want you guys to do. Just wiggle, wiggle. Maybe you straighten out one. Maybe make little hip circles in that femur head, the joint where it connects to the hip. This is the first thing you've done today. It might be a little. Squeeze the shoulder blades back and down. And bring the knees into the chest once more. Extend the left heel forward. Right knee into the chest on the side of the rib cage. And switch left knee into the rib cage. And switch right knee into the left rib cage. So you can see I'm not twisting, keeping my hip on the mat, and then bringing my knee up to my left shoulder, my right knee to my left shoulder. And switch, bring that left knee into the right shoulder. Ooh, this is a little more tight. And bring both knees in. Inhale, reach long, good morning stretch. Roll your wrists, roll your ankles here. Reverse direction. Take a big yawn if it feels good. And curl into a ball. All right, place the feet down. We're going to go into a little bridge activation. So first thing we want to do in our bridge is tuck our tailbone. And so pretend you have a tail and you're tucking your tail between your legs. So don't pop the booty out, tuck the tail instead. Keep the tail tucked all the way up and all the way down. How do you know your tail's tucked the whole time? When you come down, your tailbone will be the last thing to hit. So let's tuck that tailbone and inhale up for a little bridge. Maybe you clasp your arms underneath. Lift up through your inner arches. Push through your feet. Feel your glutes turn on. Feel your hamstrings activate. Squeeze your shoulders back and down. Push into the mat. Big breaths. And reinforce that tailbone tuck as you unfurl and let everything come slowly down with that tailbone being the last thing to hit. Gonna do 2 more of these, but we're gonna go up for a 5 count, down for a 5 count, focusing on our tailbone being tucked the entire time. Tuck that tailbone, inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it tucked, exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Same thing. Inhale up, nice and slow, tailbone tucks. Push down into the mat, squeeze the glutes together. Exhale all the way down. Tailbone last to hit. Alright, bring your knees back and forth, let them windshield wiper open. I want you to go about a third of the speed that you want to. So people are like, whee! Well, that doesn't really do much. You can't tell what's going on. So as you go real slow, I want you to see, do you feel more tension in one hip as you go side to side? Do you feel like part of your body is peeling up a little more on one side or the other? Do you feel a restriction in how low your knee can go from one side to the other? Just notice these things. These are very important because it's okay and normal to have asymmetries in your body, but it's definitely not okay to not know about them. When you know about them, you can prevent injury and you can work on making them better. So try to notice things today. Notice the differences from side to side. And if you have any questions, you can always DM me on Instagram, Chiro. And I love to answer questions and help people get their bodies working better. One more time to each side. All right, and now we reach one of my favorite parts, and that's the spinal rock and roll. So we're gonna come up with our feet, and then back down. And I want you, if you have good balance, to try to not let your feet touch as you come up. So back down, up and hover the feet, back down. We're gonna do this 10 times. This is one of my favorites. Breathe, and keep going. Had a little comment there, no worries, keep rocking and rolling. About 4 more. This helps break up thoracic adhesions that accumulate as we sit, as we used to drive, as we phone ourselves to death on a daily basis. That hunching that we do creates a lot of muscular adhesions. This helps to break those up. 1 more. All right. Now let's go ahead and meet in tabletop. Okay, so from our tabletop position, our body really likes this position because it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 point contact. So it feels really safe. We can do a lot of different stuff. So first thing we want to do is take a couple cat-cows. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, curl, tuck the tailbone under just like we practiced. Inhale, open up, make sure your chest is broad, gaze lifted. Exhale, push into the knees, push into the wrists. Now we've got 10 breaths here. You're gonna warm your own body up. You know why? Because there is no yoga teacher better than you. Because they don't know your tendencies. They don't know your past injury history. They don't know how in shape you are. They don't know how you feel when you move. So, big hip circles, maybe some neck rolls. Maybe some shoulder dips. Maybe we thread the needle. Whatever you do on one side, try to even it out on the other. Maybe we breathe real big into one side body. Keep that breath going the whole time. Don't lose that breath. 7 more big breaths in and out. Maybe you take this opportunity to stretch your wrists a little bit. You can close your eyes for the last 5 breaths. 3 more big breaths. Even out anything you need to do side to side. And come back to that neutral tabletop. All right, let's shoot out the right leg to the right. Have the leg, big toe even with the knee, parallel with the knee. And we're either gonna bring our elbows down or we're gonna stay up and just kind of pulse back, getting a nice stretch on that hamstring and that adductor right through here. And again, bringing the elbows down and just pushing the booty back, plugging that pinky toe down. Breathe. And bring the same foot back to tabletop and then extend it forward. We're going to come into half splits. From here, what I don't want to see is this. If you're doing this, you might as well grab your phone and start texting. This is not how we're meant to human. We need to human with our core on. We need to human with our chest bra. So take a big inhale and see how far you can go like this. Now, a lot of you are going to go a lot further than me. I'm stuck right here. So with every inhale, I get long. With every exhale, I try to come a little closer to that chest to big toe. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more big breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Last one. And bend the knee back to tabletop. Same thing other side. Shoot that left leg out. Get it parallel with the right knee. Plug that left pinky toe down. And then you're coming down to your forearm. Or you're staying up, doing some pulses, feeling that stretch of the adductors and the hamstrings. Go back to that breath, long exhales. Maybe you get it audible, especially if you're with someone who's not doing yoga. Annoy them with your breath. They love that. Couple more big breaths. Back to that tabletop and then extend the leg forward. Come up tall and trying to not curl. We do enough of that anyway in our technological society. Let's turn that core on. Let's keep that chest broad. And then try to take our chest to our big toe. Keeping activation in our neck as well, not letting it come forward. Again, it's not how far the head comes forward. We want that just hamstrings. 5 breaths here. Get long and sink deeper. One more big breath. Exhale low. And bring that foot back. And shake it out, wiggle it out. Maybe take a cat-cow. Breathe. All right, now Now next thing we're gonna do, stretch out the lats a little bit. Let's karate chop the left arm to the right side of the mat. And we're gonna lean our hips back. We should feel a big stretch through our lats and through that shoulder. Plug your left hip back in space to create more sensation, more length through that left side body. And same thing, other side. Karate chop the left side of the mat with our right hand. Plug the right hip back in space. Lean back the hips. And back to neutral. All right, we're gonna build a little heat here. Everybody, let's go. I'm into plank position. From plank, I want you, a lot of us are like this, or like this. Let's try to get that straight plank and push forward on the toes. You can see here my heels are back. I want my heels over my toes, pushing in through the palms, keeping my neck nice and long, doming the upper back by pushing down into the ground. Hold here. And slowly lower down all the way to the mat. All right, so what I see when people walk into the office is a lack of posture to get more blood flow to that back body. And unfortunately, yoga doesn't have a lot of pulling or resistance. So we're gonna create that with Superman pose. So we're gonna start off with a little cobra. Inhale, cobra pose. Push down into the mat with the feet. Hold here. Exhale, back down. 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Back up to plank. Inhale. And hold. Tuck that belly button up. Raise the backs of the thighs up towards the ceiling. Squeeze the glutes a little bit. Big inhale. Exhale all the way down slow. This time we're going to reach our palms forward. Hands facing one another. Yep, you can see that. All right. So we're going to reach those long, and then we're going to flow up 2 breaths for Superman, raising up everything except for our last rib and our pelvis. So inhale up. And another breath. Inhale. And sink back down. Hands now at cactus arms. Should be a little bit easier here. We've got more of our weight towards our center of gravity. We're going to go for 3 breaths. Inhale everything up. 2 more breaths. With every inhale, try to rise up a little higher. And back down. Palms now facing down, external rotation to the side. We're going to go for 4 breaths here in our easiest Superman variation. Inhale up. Two more. And back down. Place the hands aside. Inhale, press up to plank. And hold. And drop down to the knees. Take a couple hip circles, take a couple wiggles, take a couple cat-cows. And let's thread the needle. Inhale the right arm up. Exhale it through. up again. Exhale it through. Hold here. Maybe try to put your arm behind you or extend it long to the front. Left hand back down. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, then same thing, left side. Inhale the left arm up, thread it through one time. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, thread it through. Hand lay down on that shoulder, hand behind the back, or extend it out in front. Two more breaths. Right hand beside the shoulder, inhale, left arm up. Exhale, back down. All right, let's go ahead and come to our first down dog of the day. From the plank, ideally we'd like to just push back into our down dog. So bring any movement here that feels good. Shimmy, shake the hips. We grab one ankle, open up to the side. Even it out. Make sure you are flipping your tailbone up towards the sky. So we don't want to see this. That's got my tailbone tucked. I'm untuck it up towards the sky. You can see that lets me gain length in my lower back, and then I'm pushing with my thumbs and my first finger to flatten out my upper back. And then from there, I might try to lower my heels a little bit closer to the mat. Big breath. Exhale. And we're gonna tiptoe to the top. Let's see if we can take 12 steps, 6 with each foot. If you're one of those people that's like, I like to be fancy and jump to the top. Well, that might look fancy, but it's actually way easier than what we just did. So if you really want to be a badass and do hard stuff, take those 12 steps. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, broaden the chest, tighten the core. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, shoot the crown of the head forward, booty back. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands, 12 steps back to that down dog. Good times. And again, you can bring stillness to your dog, or you can do some calf stretches. I know I feel a little bit of good sensation when I'm stretching them out one by one. All right, back to that neutral dog. Inhale your right leg up and back. Exhale your nose. Inhale up. Exhale, foot plants. Back knee comes down, arms inhale up. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips. We want to practice not doing this. 9 out of 10 yogis that come in with back pain, they're like, oh yeah, I was doing a pose and this happened and now my lower back hurts. Well, you turned your core off, and when you turn your core off, you dump into the low back. So let's turn that core on. Let's tuck that tailbone like we were practicing with the bridge earlier, and then let's bring that shape forward. So now with those things on, I can't even get to this. I'm stopped by my hip flex stretch. So tuck that tailbone, tighten the core, and then come forward. Drop the left hand, inhale the right arm. Stay for another inhale and exhale. Gaze up towards that right arm. And frame the foot. Standing splits round 2. Or no, half splits round 2. Come on up tall. Lean forward. Re-lengthen. forward. Keep it up. One more big breath. And frame the foot. Let's come to three-legged dog. Inhale, open up the hip. Couple leg circles one way. Couple leg circles the other way. Three-legged dog, two, same thing, other side. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale up. Exhale, foot in between the hands, drop the back knee down. Inhale, arms up. Here's what we don't want to see. You can see no core activation there and a lot of extension in my low back. So instead, we take the hips, instead of having the booty out, we tuck it in, keep that tuck, push down through that knee, and then lean forward as much as we can, and we should feel a stretch through that front hip flexor. Breathe. Big inhale. Exhale, plant the right arm, inhale the left arm up. Stay for an extra breath. Frame the foot, extend the left foot. Half splits, round two on the left side. Whoa. Get your bearings straight. Tighten that core, broaden that chest. Bring that lengthened torso. Chest towards the big toe. Inhale, re-lengthen, reintegrate. Exhale, fold forward more. Don't let that come really forward. It does that enough during the day when we're texting on our phones. Bring it back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lean forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, lean. One more inhale. Exhale, lean forward. Frame the foot. Bring it back to three-legged dog. Open up the hips. And a little bit of circles one way. A little bit of circles the other way. And place it back down. All right, let's take those 12 steps right back up to the top of the mat. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Sweet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. 2 more times. Inhale, halfway lift, tighten core, broaden the chest. Pressure in the fingertips. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Shoot the crown of the head opposite from the tailbone. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, arms up, reach up tall. Exhale, hands to heart center, chair pose. Have your feet together or apart for this. Sink down low, reach the booty back for that chair, but don't let the chest cave in. Keep the chest and torso up, keep the core on. Keep the weight in the heels, maybe try to lift your toes in. Breathe here, maybe open up. We keep the hands to heart center so we can push into them to keep our chest broad. Don't have your shoulders rounded forward in this position. Push into your palms. Think a little bit lower. Inhale, arms up, reach up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to plank. Hold here. One of my favorite songs to hold plank to is Jitterbug. So if you can think to yourself about the Jitterbug song, it's hard to get mad and have Jitterbug going in your head at the same time. Breathe. Big inhale. Exhale all the way down slow. All right, let's take those Superman variations again. Reach the arms forward, palms facing one another. Inhale for 2 breaths. And back back down. Cactus arms. Inhale for 3 breaths. Inhale up. And back down. Palms beside you, palms facing down. Inhale for 4 breaths. Let's go. And all the way down. Palms beside, inhale, press up to plank, exhale, down dog. Pedal it out. At any time, you can come to child's pose and just rest. Or you can come to down dog and take a little bit of wiggles. Stay in that down dog. If you can. Inhale your right leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale up. Exhale, foot in between the hands. Warrior one, plug that back heel down. Left toes facing to the left upper corner of the mat. Inhale, rise up. Push the weight from the back foot into the front knee. 80% of your weight is in this front leg. Any variation. Arms open. Hands at heart center. Or arms up. But if your arms are up, your shoulders are squeezed back and down. If you're just hanging your arms up, you might as well be on your computer or texting or driving again. Squeeze those shoulders away from the ear. I like hands at heart center so I can feel the pressure opening up my chest. Big inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Plug that back pinky toe down. Can you see your first 2 big toes in front? If not, pretend there's an invisible wall to the right of your right leg and push against it so you can see that those first 2 toes. Gaze over the front middle finger, same thing, checking with the shoulders. Are they up? Get them rotated back and down. Push into that back pinky toe. Try to keep your shoulders over your hips. Don't let yourself launch forward. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, cartwheel down. We're going to take a traditional vinyasa now, or if you're like me and you're like, oh, I love those Supermans, you can do that. But otherwise, we're going to come down halfway and then peel open for up dog. You can see only the tops of my feet and my wrists are touching here. If you let your thighs touch, you are hyperextending your back and you will eventually hurt yourself. Push down through the feet. If this is not a good position for you, then into down dog. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale up. Exhale, foot in between the hands. Plug that back heel down. Inhale up, warrior one. Any arm variation that feels good. Don't have to have your arms above your head in yoga. That's not a rule. Breathe. Especially if you have neck or shoulder pain or tightness in the traps, you should keep your arms down. Push forward so that the weight is in that front leg. Breathe. Big inhale. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Same thing, can I see my first 2 big toes? Am I pressing into that back pinky toe? Gaze over the front middle finger. Again, shoulders come back and down, away from the ears. Open up that left hip. Breathe. Try to not let your body surf forward. Keep your shoulders over your hips. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, cartwheel down. Take whatever version of vinyasa feels good to you. And hold in down dog or child's pose or tabletop for 5 breaths. back in that down dog if you're resting. And we're gonna take those 12 awesome steps to the top. Hang down low, clasp your elbows together while I rant about hamstrings. So the reason we take those 12 awesome steps is because our hamstrings need lengthening. Every single patient with low back pain that comes in has tight hamstrings. So therefore, hamstrings are a precursor and or something that makes the low back worse, or compensate for low back pain. So if you have tight hamstrings, it's bad either way you look at it. So lengthening those as you step to the top of the mat during yoga is one of the easiest ways to do that on a daily basis. Hands back down, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward. Inhale, arms all the way up, reach up tall. Exhale, chair pose. If your feet are together, your knees are together. If your feet are apart, your knees are apart. Sink down a little bit lower, all the weight in the heels, feel the glutes turn on. Keep the chest nice and broad, try to not round forward. Oh, I got the shakes. Ooh, a little bit low. A little bit low. A little bit lower. Inhale, stand up, reach up. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to plank and hold. Plank is one of the best ab exercises you can do. Side planks, different arm variations in side planks. They took crunches out of the military basic training because they're so bad for your neck. So crunches and sit-ups, I always like to say that unless you're tougher than the military, you can go and stop doing those. And if you think you're tougher than the military, you need to go to a psychologist. Big inhale. Exhale, hips up and back, down dog. Breathe. One more breath here. Flip that tailbone up. Push down through that L that your force finger and your thumb make. Try to lower your heels if you can, just a little bit closer to the mat while keeping that tailbone untucked. All right, inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale up and back, bend the knee, stack the hips, circles. And reverse. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, foot in between the hands, warrior one, rise up. Shoulders away from the ears. Big inhale. Exhale, plant the left hand, inhale the right arm up. And back down. Inhale again, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Squeeze shoulders away from the ears. Open up that right knee. Push down through that back pinky toe. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Reach, 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 reach. Exhale, side angle. Plant the right hand on the shin or on the mat. Keep your core on a little space in here. Don't just lay on the knee. Have your left arm pointed up to the sky with the gaze, or forward towards the front, creating a long line of tension between your pinky finger and your pinky toe. Shoulders away from the ears. Core on. Inhale, reverse the warrior. Exhale, cartwheel down. Take any vinyasa that feels good to you. Meet me in down dog. 5 breaths here. Flip that tailbone up. of the hamstrings, tailbone up as your heels reach down. All right, left leg up and back. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale up, open up the hips, leg circles. And reverse. Three-legged dog, inhale. Exhale, foot in between the hands, rise up, warrior one. Breathe. Big inhale. Exhale, right arm down, left arm up. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Breathe. Open up that right knee, left knee. Push into the right pinky toe. Gaze over that front middle finger. Breathe. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Reach, 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 reach. Exhale, side angle. Hand comes on the inside of the left ankle. Arm comes up with gaze, or forward towards the front. Leave a little space right here between the leg and the abdomen by keeping the core on. Push into that right pinky toe. Reach for that right pinky finger. Ooh, it feels good. And slowly keep that bend in the front knee. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, cartwheel down. And take a vinyasa. Hold 5 breaths. And tiptoe 12 steps to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, slow chair pose. Low, 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 low. Breathe. Lift those toes up. All the weight in the heels. Feel those glutes turn on. Feel the hamstrings activated. A little bit lower. Inhale, stand up, reach up. Exhale, fold down. Last 12 steps to the back. All right. Right leg up and back. Exhale, lizard. Place the right foot on the outside of the right wrist. Drop the back knee down. Try to get your elbows down if you're like me and that's not possible. Then stay up here. Keep your shoulders away. Maybe you make little circles with the knee, trying to open up, get rid of adhesions in that hip joint. Maybe you press your shoulder against your knee and vice versa. Create a little tension. Maybe you place a pillow or a small child or a puppy underneath you here to help you balance. Maybe you open up under the pinky side of that right foot. Feel a little stretch. Any other variation where you're grabbing your back foot, you may try that. Big breaths. Plant the hands, inhale that right leg up and back, make some big hip circles. If it feels good, flip your dog. Reach the hips up. And unwind. Put that leg back down. Left leg up and back. Left foot on the outside of the left wrist, drop the right knee. Again, trying to find a little wiggle room here. A little room to come down onto the forearms. And breathing. open up onto the pinky side of that left foot. Two more big breaths. Press up. A little bit of circles with the left leg. And flipping the dog if it feels good. And unwind. From here, we're just gonna come back to our backs like we did at the very beginning. And we're gonna close out class with a little bit of half baby. Grabbing the outsides of the feet to the insides of the knees again. We should have way more room now. Should feel a lot easier to squeeze those shoulders back, to press the head into the mat, to press the tailbone into the mat. Maybe we again try to extend one leg and then the other, if that feels good. Swaying side to side. A good old time. If there are any other poses that you would like to do, any more bridges, any shoulder steps, any hip twists, go for it. I'm short on time. So we're going to close out after you've completed anything that feels good to you. You're going to come to that final resting pose. Could be like we were at the beginning, hand on the heart, hand on the belly, butterfly pose, or taking up a lot of space on your mat, having legs extended, arms extended. And breathe here. I encourage you to stay here and breathe until you are forgotten that you are a body laying there, staying there and breathing because you're so in it and you're rested. Thank you all very much for doing some yoga with me this morning. Please go to blackswanyoga.com/live to donate to our teachers. If you would like to do a foam rolling workshop today, that is today at 6 and it's on Zoom. Just check out Black Swan Yoga or Black Swan Yoga Austin or Yoga Chiro for those details. And I really appreciate y'all coming here and helping your bodies move, helping them heal with movement. Hands at heart center. If you're awake, the highest light and love in me sees and honors the highest light and love in y'all. Namaste. See y'all next time.